right, so I'm just kind of waiting for the chat to kind of load. I got my new beautiful little mat here, so I'm just kind of adorning it and just kind of getting into the zone. We're going to do a little bit of a live vibe, and sorry I'm extremely late. I'm not going to be on here long either, so I think this is about going to be about a 30-minute ordeal, unless of course we get some folks that are looking to jump into the live and do a little bit of a request. My hair looks nice. I was going to put it up in this little moment, and it looks like it doesn't have to be. So we just had quite a week last week with that lunar eclipse, Pisces full moon. Really felt that one. Right now I'm rocking with the Santa Muerte tarot, and we're gonna see what comes up. It's been very thin, the veil that is, already, and we're gonna see what comes up for the collective. Oh, okay. So we're gonna count that as right side up. We got the 10 of Cups with this beautiful blue butterfly, and I love this deck because for me it gives a lot of intuitive reading energies. All right, so I think we've got ourselves a good little spread here because quite a few cards came out, and I guess this is the energy of what we are going to need. So we're going to dive into all of it and see just what comes up, because it's a numbers thing. Okay, so we've got a little bit of a progression. I'm going to just take a little time as the intuitive that I am, because here in the beginning I'm not sure where this energy could quite go, and like I said, this is kind of a more of a collective energy for this week, so you might be able to see some of those cards. Don't jump ahead quite yet in your mind. So with the 10 of Cups, this top deck feels like maybe something that is in past tense over the past few months, because like 10 months is coming to mind. Like we don't have, we have 12 months obviously, but if this is representing the last 10 months, this is almost like a mothering and a fertility, like a birthing stage. So to me, this is giving the last 10 months. So we could even think of this reflection as 5 months ahead and 5 months past, because here we go, the next 5 months, this is going to be the next one. So this is how it's coming intuitively, so I like it. I've never actually done 10 cards, especially not on a live, so bear with me as I'm like jumping into this. So this is going to reflect the last 5 months. And first we begin with this 10 of Cups that looks like this with a blue butterfly. Right away it's giving expression of speech, of connecting with your intuition, taking time to breathe, kind of going where your heart is, because there's a lot of loving heart energy in here as well. But this is kind of going to what fills you with joy, what brings you balance and harmony, where you can take that breath and reprieve. Now the next one jumps into 5 of Wands, which signifies that there was a lot of changes, whether that be passionately or just basically in your sense of security and sense of self. Maybe in that creative sense, it's like just kind of remembering things, and you've got an idea, you've got some change coming there, something changed that you weren't quite prepared for, so it's kind of only like you've got a little bit of that motivation and that secure sense of being with this card in the 5 of Wands. But then it's like, remember that one match though can light that whole box of matches, and just remember that one flame can certainly just start that kind of process to getting into your passions, your creative projects and things like this. With the 3 of Swords, 3 is very heartbroken. So something may have broken your heart. The passion may have been lost. Like I said, it does feel like there was some sense of wanting to speak up on something and things not flowing quite the way they should have. And then here you are feeling just completely defeated, very heartbroken, in your mind a lot. This could be a relationship vibe, or this could be just kind of your own sense of self and where you're heading, what you're working towards, because there is a King of Pentacles in the same chart here. And before I jump into the King of Pentacles, there is the Eight of Cups in reverse. So there's a lot of emotions happening here. There's a lot of like, it feels like it's going to last forever, or it feels like things are just not going to shake off. um and it's in reverse, so there's just a lot of emotions. Like maybe you haven't really tapped in and allowed yourself to have those emotions because you're just kind of pushing yourself along to go forward, because it's all about this financial gain or this help that is not really coming your way yet, but you feel like there's got to be something out there that can give me a hand and help a person out. You feel this in your heart space. It is upside down, so somebody's holding back. It feels like there's a withholding of, that sense of security, that sense of love and nourishment, and just that sense of balance overall. So I think that was, the last 5 months representative of this first part of the cards here. And then as we move forward to the next 5 cards, it's very interesting because we've got the Page of Pentacles. And for me, it's this young, vivacious kind of inspiration, like a go get 'em, like just this very, fresh new start. I'm ready to go get it. I'm ready to just make a change. I'm ready to like get serious about my finances. I'm ready to, maybe not spend every single thing, like just be a little bit more stable and more grounded and rooted, because this guy was a little bit upside down. But now this Page of Pentacles, this younger version in the right side up, is like, no, hold up. Like, we can kind of trust with this balance. And there's a lot more harmony. It's almost interesting because the flowers are to the left and the receiving side. And this is more of a generous right side, but technically it is the left. Yeah, so technically it's the left side. So this is all about receiving, those finances in a very memorable and nourishing way. Oh goodness. Hold on. Let me take. Okay, sorry about that. So I had to check a little something. So we have Two of Pentacles. So this is making financial decisions, maybe a mutual thing, because there is, two beings here that are kind of sharing this financial bliss. One of them is kind of more nourished, and kind of secured and taken care of, but there is a sense of harmony and balance and transformation with the butterfly aspect. But it's almost like a decision. It's like, do I go this way or that way? Do we put this together? Do we merge it together? Or do I stick to one thing? That's the kind of energy it's giving over the next few months. So I would say that maybe this card here in the front lines is going to be what represents now, just like this past one did as well. It's kind of this month backwards. This is this month forward. So we're going to jump ahead. So we're going to count this technically as like September, because we're still in September. So September, October, and then November, December, January. So it works out perfectly for the rest of this year, and then kind of a opening to the new year aspect. Just in a real quick nutshell. Now the Devil, a lot of people get nervous when they see this, but this is just kind of releasing any of those kind of vicey type things that are kind of possibly holding you back. They maybe are not necessarily bad for you, but in excess they truly are. Like you're spending a little bit too much time on your phone. You seem to be addicted to technology and kind of doom scrolling and things like this. Or it could be simply, a gluttonous energy where you want to, indulge in a lot of things. If you're being impulsive, spending a lot of money, if you're engaging in a lot of things that maybe you normally wouldn't, that kind of go against your inner morale and your inner compass there. That's what the devil represents. And that's kind of what's coming up in the next few months. We've got some November. So in November time frame, this is represented because it's kind of like holding back. Like, don't go over indulging in things, we have to be a little bit more mindful. And then in December, we have the Fool, which is always a representation of new beginnings. Very much there's that connection to the family aspects, because whenever I see this card, that's just kind of the energy, the paying homage to the ancestors type energy. And there is a monarch butterfly inside of here. There's a lot of symbolisms with some crosses and such behind. He's in the cemetery. He's walking out. He's kind of doing it for the ancestors, it feels like. Going with his heart. He's anchored. He's got an anchor sticking out, or what looks to be an anchor. So to me, it's like, you know, he's going out and he's doing this anchored, though. Like, he's anchored in his roots, he's anchored in where he's come from and what it's taught him thus far, and he's in this beautiful symbolic, clothing that I feel like symbolizes, those who came before him. There's a guitar, so it's not leaving any song left unsung. Just kind of bringing that energy to place, and kind of being moved in ways that are not your traditional. These little sugar skulls on the bottom are very interesting. So kind of, also being looking for those that are really wanting to give us give us gifts. And this is also in that Christmas time energy. So, December and all the holidays that come in there, Kwanzaa and Hanukkah and things like that. It's all about receiving those little gifts, I should say, and just kind of paying homage to our loved ones. There's some candles lit here, finding balance in that. So this is beautiful, the Fool representing that. And then for January, I suppose this is going to represent the Queen of Cups. And the Queen of Cups is very just looking to her heart. She's very emotional. This is just being very attuned to the third eye, because there's a lot of deep purples in here, an expression of like the third eye and crown chakra to me. But there's this little nod to the heart, and kind of going with your heart, going with these emotions and conquering the emotions. Like, it almost feels like being unbothered, and pressing forward and doing what's best. So it's like, it's going to be tough. Like, there's going to be some very tough decisions that are going to have to be made, especially in October. The decisions are very difficult. It's very much career driven. It feels very much like, do I go with this, or do I go with that, or do I continue to do both things? Do I kind of go off on my own? Like, there's a lot of decisions in there. It could be 2 decisions, or it seems like there could be 4. It seems like sets of 2. Like, there's this and this, or then there's this and this, but then this and this. Like, it feels very much like 2 financial decisions. And like I said, the way this represents here. So just working on all of that. And I would say, kind of go, with your heart and emotions on this one, going forward. I think that it is, really telling in a good way, because there was a lot of emotions played out in that top deck, and there might have been an opportunity lost. I hate to say it, but there could have been an opportunity that lost because you were caught up in your emotions too much. You were caught up in dwelling on how this went wrong for you, how this didn't quite go your way, but then you're coming into now, and it's like, okay, now you can kind of slowly rebuild the things that you kind of missed out on and possibly lost. So, it's nice because there is a little bit of a turnaround for these cards, and I think that's really a beautiful thing. So I think, if you're watching as a collective, this can pertain to a relationship. This could even pertain to job, because I do think this has to do with career or work related endeavors, maybe your own business, things like that. This really does give that energy, as well as new relationships and new beginnings. So Like I said, I just think it's really a beautiful spread here. I apologize for coming on so late. I think I am going to kind of leave it, at that, unless I can go back in for some clarifiers, which I'm almost feeling intuitively led to do so. So let's see. Yeah. Okay. Let's see. I feel pulled for 3. So we got the Empress. OMG. Oh my gosh. Okay. Okay. So with all of this, we have the Empress coming up, and she's the 3rd card. There is so many symbolism. She is feeling herself. She is in that divine, feminine, beautiful energy, looking flawless, speaking her mind eloquently and delicately, and most definitely mindfully and demure. Look at this sweet darling. She's just fabulous. Just fabulous. There's a log in the picture, which really gives this like stable kind of home fires burning, everlasting, just very, very good root energy, like feeling very grounded and rooted, feeling very motivated, but blossoming into that solar plexus energy. Um, it's just so gorgeous. It's like all of this is going to turn out okay, and then it's got like this Ace of Swords energy here, so it's like conquering the mind over matter, like getting things done. Look at the way that this card shines in that light. It's like swing. It's beaming. I love it. Love it. So Ace of Swords, once again another solar plexus, just set ablaze. It's the Ace. It's divine awakening. It's like a divine alignment, divine just download after download of just positive energy just coming right to you. Like you just cannot be stopped because you're just into all these ideas. But then it's like, don't also like go crazy with these ideas and forget that, for a Swords moment, to have a balance, because you could potentially burn yourself out. There's 3 candles that are burnt out, 1 candle that is lit there. And then it's like, you don't want to have that last nail in the coffin, though. You need to remember to have that centering and that grounding, and, have that beautiful, like, solar plexus energy that is just like, go get them, but don't go get it too much where you become the skeleton in the red representing root chakra, so ungrounded, and then, putting that last nail in the coffin, that's going to really burn you out. So remember, balance, self-preservation, the internal healing, go for all these things, but don't burn yourself out. Don't let it burn those candles at both ends there, I think that this is really fantastic, and I think that things have really, really turned around. So we're just going to hang out for a little while. I'm going to recycle the cards and see if we have anybody that would like to come through on the live. It's okay if not. I'll stay on the live for a little while. The cards always want to talk. Sometimes, I want to do things for the signs. Let's see what fell out there. Yeah, very emotional. It just kind of ties into my emotions right now. Well, I think with that being said, because I had came on the live a little bit later on than expected and anticipated, I am going to cut it short for today. Kind of get some more organization. You can certainly check out my products on the bubbly.net. So it's www.thebubbly.net. And the bubbly is spelled THEBUBBLIE for the bubbly. That there you can find just an introduction to some of my services that I will be holding in the future, which is going to be some more readings, readings in general, and just kind of, moments like that, especially with the season coming up. I'm looking to kind of introduce some, types of groups events and kind of get like a mini circle going. So I think that would really be fun, and it just gives it that really just go with the flow energy for me. I don't know why, even though I can be like the introverted extrovert, I just feel like sometimes the group settings bring a lot of really cool energy there. So if you would like to do that, please keep an eye out on my website. I'm looking to open up some more doors on communication with you guys, so please bear with me as I kind of slowly come out of my shell, for one, but also to, get a really nice steady area where we can kind of connect and where that's going to flow very nicely. So I appreciate you for stopping by, checking out the live, and I will catch you guys in the next Mermaid Monday of sorts, as I like to call it. But today was more of a Muerte Monday, I guess you could say. So thank you very much, Santa Muerte or Tarot deck, for today, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bezos and bubbles.